Hey everyone! In today's video, we're going to be working on a suggested build, the Nocturnal Building, a place to house our nighttime dwelling species and teach our guests about their specialized ways of living. Before we get too far into it, I do want to take a minute and say thank you to everyone who's come along on our journey to 100 subscribers. I'm so happy you're all here, and thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, please think about it. It's free and it helps my videos reach new viewers. Also, in case you missed my post, I'm having some real-life issues that will affect timing of my videos. They're still coming, they just may be slow or shorter than normal. I thank you so much for your understanding. All the YouTube garble aside, let's talk about this building. It was originally suggested in my first Prehistoric Kingdom series, and I immediately loved the idea, and I got to researching what species could fit in. I could have put the oviraptors in this building, but I wanted something different for them. So instead, there's going to be about 4 species in this building, and the first of them is the Protoceratops. While these cuties aren't carnivores, there is indication that they were a nocturnal herbivore, and I thought it would be great to have a mix of herbivore and carnivores in this building. I wanted the building to feel clean and museum-like. And while I had a rough idea of what I wanted, I ended up changing a lot as I built, adjusting as needed, and working through the process to find what fit into the area. It's going to end up being a 2-part build video, which is a lot longer than I originally thought it would be. I spent several days and a surprising amount of hours on this building from start to finish. The center is where the Protoceratops enclosure is going. And at the sides, I had wanted to have gardens with our prefab aviaries, but ended up going with complete wings for the aviaries, because I couldn't get a stairway to work just right with the walkway for our keepers to get in and out of the enclosure. It worked out really well in the end, and I will make some adjustments to the outside in the second video that alters the look and shape of the building that we see in the end of this video. That's something I'm starting to become more comfortable with. The changing of ideas as I build, the introduction of changes once something is established. I encountered this issue in my previous series where I wanted to make changes to an existing enclosure once I learned something new, but was scared to make the change. I spent a small chunk of time working on the railings for the entrance, and I'm still not sure how I feel about them. I had hoped for more commonly existing railings, but I couldn't get them to move or shape just right, or when stretched to fit they didn't look so good, so I ended up making my own simple ones. I also originally had the main roof higher, and then ended up lowering it to match the aviary wings, and using the right pieces to merge them together. This ended up bringing the whole shape of each part of the building to have rounded corners, and honestly, I love it. The lighting in the aviary wings feels weird. During the day, it feels dim to me, and so I added extra lighting, but it doesn't seem to work. I'm not sure why. Perhaps it's because I build in the paused mode. I'll have to do some testing. Speaking of the day-night cycle, I'm thinking as we go through the life of the zoo, I'll turn on the day-night cycle so we can see what it looks like all the time. The end of part 2 of this build will include a nighttime walkthrough in first-person mode to see what it looks like. The Protoceratops enclosure is simple, light on foliage, and minimalistic. I thought that would have been the most fitting style for this building, where people can look down into the space and watch the animals. Artificial lighting provides most of the viewing access, and I would have loved to be able to make the lights red, but I was unable to. Not sure if that was a user error or something the game just doesn't feature. With the introduction of Update 15, we are able to use enrichment items, and this habitat has several. I'm hoping that we can see them use these items often. I didn't spot them being used when recording, but maybe for part 2 we'll see them interact with the items. Just like the oviraptors, the Protoceratops mated and bred really quick, and the arrival of the baby felt like it was lackluster and very meh. I worry if going forward that we're going to end up being overrun with babies, with how easy and quick these creatures are all breeding. I'll browse my settings a bit more carefully and see if I have anything incorrect that might be causing this scenario. If anyone has any insight into this, let me know. I'd like babies to feel rare and special. As for the aviaries, there's not much to talk about with them. I feel as if when they were first introduced in Prehistoric Kingdom that they had options for feeders and decorations and interactables for the species inside them, but now they seem plain. And I might remove the wire cages and decorate them all myself so they look more interesting. We have Microraptors on one side and Archaeopteryx on the other. The Archaeopteryx are adorable with plumage that comes in different colors, which I was surprised to see, while the Microraptors all share the same corvid blue-black plumage. I'll leave the next species in the building as a surprise, but we've had it in the previous series. It will be an indoor-outdoor cross exhibit where we'll be seeing hunting and nesting behaviors much closer than normal. I think that's all I'm going to share about today's video. Sorry it took a while to get out to all of you, but I hoped you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by liking the video. It's the fastest way to tell me you're loving what I'm doing. You can also let me know in the comments if you have a moment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Nigel will have some facts for you in a while. Take care.
Protoceratops. This animal is one of the smaller species of ceratopsians, living alongside deadly neighbours like the velociraptor. Oddly enough, this animal lacks a lot of the more complex facial features seen in larger family members, like a certain three-horned celebrity. Thankfully, This little critter is surprisingly speedy. Compared to its larger cousins, the foot structure and limb proportions of Protoceratops are much better adapted to running. I guess that's important if you're trying to avoid speedy thieves like Velociraptor. One famous fossil preserves a Protoceratops and a Velociraptor locked in battle. I know that look in your eyes. I don't care if it's in the name of science. Don't put the two species together. We don't need to deal with another ethics violation.